Hello everyone, this is Astocky here and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of the Astocky pack. I will start with saying I had some really good answers to the questions that I posed, but first of all, before I do any of that, it was Norby511 who pointed out to me why it may have been that the skeletal archers had got not as good and had also I guess lost their edge against me, and I believe it's just here. There it is. What had happened is it was either during the last episode or it was just before the last episode. I had run the installer again, and part of running the installer is it updates your config. So unfortunately what it had done is it had set me back to things being on normal difficulty. So that was, I thought I was doing a lot better and actually, being good, but turns out no, I had just changed the difficulty by accident. You got to get back inside. So that was the first thing, and once I get this guy back in, pity I can't just hold up some wheat and lead him like you do with animals, because you're stupid like animals. So I'd also like to thank, and I'm really sorry but I didn't write down the name, the person who pointed out to me that you don't have to worry about I've forgotten what they're called, testificates opening gates, because they can't open gates. So that's another thing that's fantastic to know. I also don't apparently have to worry about myself opening gates because I forgot to give myself enough gates. It's okay, we'll just continue my process of cutting and opening and closing. So now that I'm here, I don't have any bones. I want to make these rubber trees grow. But yeah, the important thing was that was the reason why I thought I was being really good, because I was messing up. So the next thing was that I asked I guess what I thought was quite a challenging question about what would be the place that this is most like. And actually, before I announce it, I want to make another sign, and then I'm going to stick it out the front of my town. So here comes the sign. And actually what I thought I might do first is just talk about some of the answers that I got, because it's not that I want to drag it out, it's just that I got some really good answers. So the first answer that I got was from Lemon Ninja 24, and it was the Namby Desert. And I had a good look, and absolutely the Namby Desert is exactly what we see here. So correct, 10 out of 10. That is an area where there is desert that goes right to the very edge of the coastline, and that's in Africa. So that was definitely 10 out of 10 marks. But the Namby Desert doesn't have any volcanoes that I could find according to my quick Google, so I have put that around the wrong way. Actually no, I did wrong. I put the macerator on the wrong side. It should have been just here. Okay, so yeah, so the Namby Desert was mostly correct, but not 100% correct. The next thing that I got was the Atacama Desert, and that was posted by Broken Glass Gaming. And again, that's in northern Chile, so that'll be the northern part of South America. And yes, that is a desert. That's another desert that's right up against the coastline. But once again, had a quick look, couldn't see any volcanoes in that particular desert. So because of that, I guess it's correct, but no bonus points. The next response that I got, I'm going to skip because that was the response that I believe to be the most correct. So I'll move to the last response that I saw just before starting this episode, which was Antigua, which is an island in... Actually, that's an excellent question. I know it's an island. I believe it's in the Bahamas, but I couldn't tell you for sure exactly where in the Bahamas it is. But it's definitely somewhere in that area. And while, yes, it's an island, yes, well, it's an island, so of course it's right up against the shore, and it definitely has lots of sand, but it's not classified as a desert. So because of that, I'm calling that not 100% correct. So That's again close but not quite correct, which brings me to the answer that I believe is the most correct of the answers that I got. And it's not cheating, but it's a really big area. So unlike the Atacama Desert, which is in the northern part of Chile and has deserts but no volcanoes, the final response, which is why I said I think it's the most correct, was the Chile itself. So Chile is quite a large country. It's not very thick, but it's very long. And the fact that it's very long means, I think Google was saying that it's like 7 different climate zones it goes through, and it includes pretty much everything. It includes desert, and it does have a number of volcanoes. So because of that, I think that to be the most correct. So I'm going to name this area. Man, come on. Had myself all lined up and everything and I forgot to jump. So I'm going to name this place. I'm just not sure where to put the sign. Don't do it down that end. I think the entrance to this town is going to be via the edge of my base over here. So I'm going to put a sign just here for everyone to see, just on this bit of basalt that sticks over the edge. I'm going to call this New Chinkle. No, I'm going to call this place New Chile. So now everyone who walks along the beach there will see this fence and go, I wonder what this is. And they'll come up here and see New Chile. So there you go. So thank you for everyone who posted, and as soon as I get the server up and running and get ready to do some co-op, I will invite you all on to play with me. So not totally sure if I said who did that last one, who picked Chile. It was Destroyer 1468, so thank you very much to Destroyer for that. And now I've totally forgotten what I was going to do. I was going to bone meal some things. Excuse me. So here we go, and grow, and grow. You get the idea. Now all we need to do is have these things have lots of rubber spots. Why am I not seeing any? Okay, I think this tree is going to be sacked. It's looking like it. Okay, this tree here, useless. Next tree. Okay, beautiful. We have at least one on this tree. So this tree is going to stay. Cut that one down because it's no good to me. So that one's got at least one spot. I'm going to check though to see if there's any more. Oh, can't reach that, darn it. Oh, sapling. Okay. That's good because I'm going to need at least one just there. This one. Not looking that flash. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Now this particular one, I don't want anything that falls down falling somewhere I don't want it to, so I'm going to see if I can going to bring this out a little bit. So now what should happen is when I click that, it should hit this and fall straight down, and that'll save things a little bit. So that's 2 checked and found to be good. I'm not having a lot of luck. Ah, perfect. So you're safe. What about you? The next thing I've realised is that I don't actually have a mine shaft in this village, so I'm going to have to... Perfect. Going to have to work out some way to get down and to get some more resources. So I need to make myself an electronic circuit. So I have 5 rubber. I need at least 1 more so I can make that extractor. Somewhere here I had a tree tap. There we are. Totally forgot I had bone meal. Okay, let's see. Beautiful. A double whammy on that side. Okay, so we've at least got a double on that one. Now what I want to do is take some... Not planning this through very well at the moment. I'm not even remembering to shut my gates. But what I like to do is I like to use torches to mark where things are. I find it just makes things a lot simpler if you use the torches, so don't want to throw all my sticks away. So torches, we'll go and mark all those spots, and then when I extract the resin we will know where the spots are. So mark that spot there, and my little filter thingy worked. Okay, so we're going to mark that spot just there. 2 more. Totally forgotten where it was on this one. Okay, so we got here and here. It's going to be a jumper. I have to knock some of these out of the way to make sure it doesn't get stuck. Okay, perfect. And now this one I had another... Oh, maybe you were just a 1. Yeah, you were just a 1, never mind. The important thing is I have a good supply now, a good steady supply, hopefully, of resin. I'll make sure I mark that last tree. So mark that last tree, mark that one. Okay, that's all of them marked, that's good. It's very, very easy in this to forget what you're doing. So look at this, we can come in here and we can see all the testificates happily sleeping in here, all standing on the pressure plate tables. What can I get you? So now I need to take a furnace, I need to cook up 1 piece of resin. I think 2 sticks is perfect for 1 piece of resin. Mr. Creeper, just making sure, there you go, on hard difficulty. So I have no intention of changing that. Come on. Here we go. So what I'm going to do now is looks like I have, yep, no copper wire, so need to cook up 2 more pieces of copper dust. Have a lot of sticks that I don't really think I'm going to need for a little while. Although did I? No, I did not. So I do want to fence off, I do want to come down here and fence off this area as well, so I'm probably going to need most of those 100 100 that I've got. Insufficient sticks. Perfect. Okay, so now let's make ourselves an electronic circuit. 2 redstone, 1 steel. Now I need to make a machine block, and you do that with 1 piece of iron will be enough, but I'm going to need coal. So there's my coal, piece of iron and 4 coal gives me 5 steel, 5 and 8 steel gives me my machine block, and now I need tree taps. I only need 4. So I only need 4 of them to make the machine that I want to make, but I'm going to have to get a 5th one, because even though I now have an extractor, I'm still going to need a tree tap to get the rubber to start with. sorry, the resin to start with. So I believe that somewhere in the industrial craft crops there is a plant that actually grows resin, like some kind of, this is going to sound stupid, so yeah, I'm going to say it, some kind of resin plant. Oh, look at that. That Enderman was getting wailed on. What I am going to do is, I have heaps of string, lots of sticks, and heaps of arrows. So I'm going to make myself a creeper killer tool. And it did not crash on me, which is excellent. I can see a... There should not be a skeleton in my garden. I got more arrows back from him though than I shot at him, so that's a good start. I want to get that Enderman, but I don't think he's still going to hang around. So there was also a comment, and I'm once again really sorry that I didn't write down the name of the person who said it, that basically half slabs like just that and steps are not able to be spawned upon by mobs. So basically what I've got here is a whole lot of places where people can't spawn. Where they can spawn though is the top of this house, and inside that ring I believe there is, I will just check for sure, I believe that inside that ring there's some flat roof. Yes there is, so they can spawn on the flat roof but not on the half slabs, and they can spawn on those wooden blocks there. But everywhere else should be okay. They can spawn there too. So just need to, only a couple of places I need to light up, not as many as I thought there was going to be. But now that I've made my creeper killer, the creeper's gone, so that's not that useful to me. Okay, so I'm going to be back in 1 second. Okay, much better. What I have just done is I've just disabled the Industrial Craft 2 sound, so normal Minecraft sounds are still there, but I've turned off the Industrial Craft ones. It's a bit of a shame really, because I like to use those sounds to kind of know what's going on and what I'm doing. You're extracting correctly, and you're still full. So these are producing lots of really good power, which I think is excellent. What I'm thinking I might do is, I am going to have to eat something very soon, so I'll get to that in a moment. What I'm going to do is just grab any ores that I have. I don't think I have very many though, because I don't think I did much mining. No, basically very few. And I will macerate those ores because, frankly, you know, I have lots of power, and it's lots of power that I'm not really using for anything at the moment. So the next thing for people is I'm going to build more of these, and basically I'm just going to stack it up. So right now you can see that there's one there, so I can build this stack another 3 high, so there's 4 up before I start to lose any of the power they produce. So that's kind of what I'm going to look to try and do in the very near future. But for right now, let's just take these. I'm going to leave a gap there. Just going to run some fences to encourage mobs to not come in. A little nervous about turning my back on this, because it seems to be when you turn your back that's when creepers get you. So basically what I'm doing now is just laying out the border the same as I did before. This is just going to be my area that baddies will not be allowed into. I also got some really good comments about what people thought that I should do with this, I guess, this building area, and the consensus seems to be that doing like a what is it, stone bricks, doing a stone brick base and then doing basalt bricks as the wall of a giant tower that stretches up into the sky is probably going to look the coolest. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I really like the idea of that. I think it's a fantastic idea. I've never built out of basalt bricks before, so I think that's going to look really cool as well. The downside, of course, is it means I have to excavate all of that floor, but I'm okay with that. It also means I'm going to need to cook lots and lots and lots of things. Lots and lots of stones and lots of basalt, but I can cope with that as well. So let's come over here. I'm going to add a little gate to the world, and I can no longer sprint because I'm hungry. So let's get some food. I'm starting to think I'm going to need more apple trees or a better source of food. The fact that the fact that those apple trees haven't grown though doesn't help in the slightest. So let's gotta use charcoal for that. Okay, I'm going to create some fertilizer and then grow those trees. There we go. So 3 bone meal, 3 charcoal, 3 potash, which you get from putting charcoal on a table, and I now have 6 fertilizer. So that'll allow me to fertilize this, stay away, banned from escaping. So bang, oh, come on. I was clicking on the dirt block, not on the tree, so that didn't help. So now what we should have is a really good apple orchard that will grow me lots of food. The next thing I was talking about wanting to do is to create a bit of a farm. So what I'm going to do is come out this way and take my 38 that I have left and see how well I can do with that. Let's go one more. Just knock this back a bit. I am going to have to check this out to make sure I've done this right. How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should have done it 1 wider. Because if you do it 1 wider, you can basically run 2 4 wide crop areas and then run 1 stream of water down the middle. So I think that's going to be perfect. Just going to have to dig all this out now. Don't want them having any way they can jump over my fence and get in. It means I'm going to have to come over here as well and dig out a lot of this, but I'm going to need lots of basalt anyway, so it's not a problem to dig some out. Perfect. Let's just try and light this up a bit now. Don't want too many mobs spawning around this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That looks to be about the halfway point. just there. Put one about here in the middle. Just going to cut through this. One more torch. Somewhere here in the middle is going to be good. So that's much better now. I'm actually collecting food. My little villagers are still staying put in the spot that I want them to stay in, so that's excellent. And the next thing I wanted to make I knew that I needed rubber. So there's my rubber, plenty of rubber, and I know I need an electronic circuit for it, but I can't for the life of me think of what it was. What I am going to do though is, actually I'm going to leave a single layer of basalt around the edge. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to run the basalt under where the fence is, like this. I think that'll just look a little bit nicer and a little bit neater. So I'll keep filling in all the gaps, and then I'm going to run under the fence the whole way around this basalt cobblestone, and then once I've done that I'm going to hollow out everywhere one inside of that, and that's going to be smooth stone bricks. So that is going to take, I'm not going to kid you, that is going to take forever. So this is not a short-term plan I have. The important thing though is that I am going to get there, and this house is going to look cool because I said it has to. And it's also going to be fairly well protected against mobs, except for the fact that right now this is so dark they can still spawn in here. So I'm going to pause the video for a little while, and I'm going to come back once I've neatened this up a bit, so back soon. Welcome back. I have not quite finished getting all my picks, and I have a lot of smooth stone, a lot of cobblestone basalt now. Haven't quite finished, and my pick had just about broken, and also my shovel had just about broken, so I had to come back and repair them. So this should be good now. I should be able to smash through here, finish this up, and then I want to make, I remembered now. See, it's one of those things, it'll always come to you eventually. I want to make an electric furnace. Because an electric furnace will allow me to start cooking up all this excess basalt that I have and just turn it all into basalt walls. And that'll also give me an idea of how big a building I can build. The thing about basalt is it's a pretty limited resource, and it's not that it's hard to come by, but it's also not super easy to come by. So what I'm thinking is I'm probably going to end up making like the first sort of floor outer wall out of basalt, and then I think inside of that I'm going to end up using probably like wooden corner pieces and then wood planks and making it into a bit of a house like that. And then I think once I do that as well, if I can put the right kind of doors in there, I might actually be able to get the testificates to move in with me. I think that'd be kind of cool as well. So I'm going to need 3 copper. I need to make some more wire. I think 5 should be enough to do that. So I've got my redstone. I need to make some more steel to make my electric circuit. And I also need that to be able to make actually I don't need to make a generator, do I? So what do I need to make? let's bring it up. Electric. So I need an iron furnace, an electronic circuit, and 2 redstone. That should be pretty easy. So there's my, it's going to be my copper wire. Definitely in the next episode I'm going to have to do some mining. So I want electric circuit, 2 redstones, iron furnace, and of course I wanted the testificate to walk on my head. That just seems to be the done thing that everyone needs to do. So let's put this electronic furnace here. And then let's cook up some smooth basalt and then make some basalt bricks. Sweet. So that's also going to happen in the next episode. Yeah, my power is pretty much staying the same. It's not going up or down really, so that's a good thing. Let's see what that does. Okay, that power's steadily going down now, but that's not too bad. Here we go, we'll make our first bricks. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna make a little hut over the top of this. I'm gonna keep that separate, so I wanna gap to stand, gap, wall. So I'm gonna start here. So I'm gonna come all the way along to here, then all the way out to the front here, and then back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a bit of an arch here at the front, like it's a bit of a gate. And then inside, if I can fit them, I want to have buildings like this. Actually, probably little buildings like this. I want to probably have 4 of them on the first floor so the testificates can live with me. Then I'm going to go up above that, and then I'm going to build my tower. So, actually, you know what? I might even build just like a 9x9 tower here. And then I'll have the rest of this as being like an open sort of part of the village for better villagers. Let me know what your thoughts are on that, because I'm notoriously indecisive about things, and chances are quite good that I would just do nothing if people don't remind me to do it. So let me know what you think. Give me some ideas. So I definitely want to build a tower that goes up really high, but you know, I also want to expand this testificate village. Or actually, let me know if you think that maybe I should expand the testificate village this way, and I can sort of move this fence out and go right out to the edge of the world out that way, and then keep my tower just to be my own tower. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll hopefully upload this episode today to give you a chance to respond, and then I'll upload the next one tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching. Astocky out.